On this episode of VI Sports, we get a look at some Olympic hopefuls as the Search for Olympians national tour pays a visit to Victoria. We'll also spend some time with the Oak Bay Figure Skating Club, introduce a new health and fitness segment geared to both athletes and those of us with an active lifestyle. And don't go away because it all starts right now. I'm with Mark Lovick, who's with RBC Training Ground. And Mark, tell me a little bit about the program.
Well, it's exciting to be here. It's a neat program. Victoria is the 5th station in BC. And we are going to have a final in March, which will take the top 100 of the 5 events, and we're going to see some pretty cool athletes come through it. RBC Training Ground is really a way to discover new athletes when they bud through. We've got 4 very basic stations here to test them. RBC's been part of the Olympic initiative for over 70 years, and this is a way for us to get closer to the grassroots. And so far it's my first event right here. I've been here about a couple hours already, and there's a lot of energy happening.
And it's obviously working because it's already growing. Last year, I think it went to 4 cities, this year to 26.
So last year we touched 400 athletes, and we're able to sponsor 25. This year the goal is to touch 2,500 athletes and potentially sponsor up to 40 athletes.
Excellent. So well, we're going to have a lot more coming up from this event, but before we get to that, we're going to actually take to the ice with the Oak Bay Figure Skating Club.
Oak Bay Figure Skating Club has exceptional skating programs for all levels of skaters, and where the focus is always on having fun.
I just wanted to skate because my brother and my mom started skating. My mom started skating when she was a girl.
Well, my parents brought me onto the ice when I was 3. We just went onto a public skating session in Germany. I'm originally from Germany. And apparently it was so much fun for me, so we kept skating a couple times, and then they put me into a club when I was 5 years old.
My grandma took me to figure skating because my aunt did figure skating and my cousin did figure skating. My dad did a little bit of hockey, so it was in family.
My dad used to be a hockey player, and I think his idea was that he just kind of wanted to get me to skate. And so we used to go on like public sessions and stuff like that, and he just realized like, wow, she loves to be on the ice, so then he put me in can skate.
It's a family affair at the rink, from their blood relatives getting them to the ice initially, to then creating their own skating family here at the Oak Bay Arena. Skaters and coaches say the support system is one of their strongest assets.
It's a pretty crazy relationship that all of us have here. I really feel comfortable. I still want to be on the ice every single day, so it's pretty amazing and magical. Definitely made who I am today.
The training here is of high level, as many coaches have traveled the world performing, and many have won medals, including Adrian's 4 silver medals from the Romanian Championships.
Let's see your axle again, and I want to see more speed on your loop-loop. Yeah. But now being a coach, I realize like how hard it is and how amazing are those kids that they're doing those jumps. Even the easiest trick, it's hard to do it, and I'm happy with everybody when they're achieving something. You can see their like smile. It's beautiful when you see those kids happy.
I was a senior competitive skater in Germany, and then I took a couple years break, and I loved skating. It was always my passion. And I went into shows, and I did shows for 8 years, traveling the world. And that's where I met my husband, and he's actually Peruvian, so we tried to settle in an English-speaking country, and that brought us to Canada.
It is interesting how Daniela came to Canada for love, and so did Adrian. He met his wife through Disney on ice, and she is from Victoria. The coaches work with a variety of skaters, some in their can skate program, and others like Mackenzie, who is a competitive athlete trying to get onto our national team. For more information on the coaches, can skate, and competitive programs at the Oak Bay Figure Skating Club, check out their website. Reporting for VI Sports, I'm Tara Keeping.
I'm with Kurt Innes, and Kurt, you're actually involved with the nuts and bolts of this event and program. What exactly is involved here? What kind of things are we seeing?
Yeah, so we've got over 60 athletes from the greater Victoria area involved in a testing session, basically. So we're testing speed, power, strength, and endurance.
An age group?
From 14 to 25. Okay. So then we're trying to keep the kids in their sort of age groups, if you will. 14 to 18, we're looking at that group, and then the 19 to 25. So they're compared appropriately across their age groups, and then gender specific as well.
Okay. And basically, Is anyone invited to come on out, whether it's a college, varsity, someone who's actually in a program already? Yeah. Is it wide open?
Yeah, it was an open call for athletes, and that's really a self-reflection moment for the athlete themselves. So you could be involved, as you said, in varsity, playing high-level club sports, provincial teams, even some developing national team athletes are here in the room today.
Yeah. Now, how tough is it when they're going through their paces here? I mean, how difficult do you guys make it on them?
Well, it's actually, again, they self-challenge, if you will. So we put the environment in front of the kids, and they push themselves to their limits. So that's really what we're looking for. And we have 4 different athletes, 3 athletes, and then I call myself an ex-athlete, but I was an Olympic athlete myself. And we have 3 Olympians who were in the Rio Olympic experience here as well. And the message we're sharing with the kids is it's really about them. Yeah. This is your opportunity to show how much speed, power, strength, and aerobic capacity you have. And some of them don't even know how good they actually are. And it's fantastic today what we've seen so far. A couple of records have been set, and lots of personal best performances have been laid down by the kids.
Wow. So what are the objectives? What can we hope to see? Are we going to get some Olympic athletes out of this?
There's, I would say, Olympic athletes in the room today in the 2020 or 2022 Olympic Games. Great. That's a for sure. And that's the message that a lot of us have tried to share with the kids is some of these kids in grade 10, 11, or 12, or first or second year university don't know how good they actually are. That's honestly what happens in sport.
That's amazing.
So what happens most of the time is a lot of kids have the passion for sport, high performance sport, but their bodies haven't caught up to that passion yet.
Yeah.
So just the way growth and maturation works, I got a brain that's switched on as a 15, 16, 17-year-old kid, but I'm not strong enough to match my passion. So you got to let growth and maturation take place and catch up, and then the athlete trajectory really takes off and launches. So some of these kids are jumping right now at a stage that's really high level, but they're not even really fully developed yet. That's so exciting for us to see. And that's what today's all about, opportunity. They knock on the door of opportunity and it opens up and they say, hey, I'm here. And now we're gonna hit these, we have 10 sports in the room today that are so excited to help these kids find an Olympic pathway. And that's what the program's all about.
All right, terrific. Well, thank you, Kurt. You know what? Let's meet some of these athletes right now. Strength, speed, endurance, all ingredients that make the ultimate athlete. And the RBC Training Ground's mission is to find those athletes. Competitors like Riley Pickerel, a young man who's serious about making a grade.
I'm here to stack myself up against the national sport organization's standards and against other high-performance athletes in the Victoria region and see how I compare. The program's amazing. It's set up awesome. There's a sprint test, there is a jump test, there is a pull test, and it gives you a real nice idea of whether or not you can really make it as an athlete.
With over 60 young hopefuls here to test their skills and vie for a position on Canada's Olympic teams, there is definitely a lot of healthy competition. And why not? Vancouver Island has produced some world-class athletes, and programs like this create much-needed opportunities.
I think it's an excellent program because I think that one of the things that can stop athletes from moving forward is opportunity. And I think that this is an excellent opportunity for people to just sign up, show what they have, and to come here and do their best, and you never know what's going to come out of that.
Well, I just feel like we were given this opportunity and we thought, well, why not just see where we are physically and against other athletes in Canada.
It certainly paid off in the case of Avalon Wostonies. She won silver as part of the 8-boat women's rowing team at the Canadian University Rowing Championships last year, and advanced from this event to be named RBC Training Ground Regional Champion, beating out 100 of the province's top athletes. The RBC Search for Olympians doesn't just provide a testing ground. They have past Olympians like Lindsay on hand to mentor participants and answer questions about the road to the ultimate goal.
My journey through sport wasn't an obvious one. I think if you looked at me when I was 10 years old, even 15, even up to 20 when I started rowing with UVic, that wasn't an obvious choice. And I think that this program shows that someone that might get looked by, at a university or maybe even in their high school, has that chance to come out and show what they have.
We celebrate the high of the Olympics when they're going on, and but a lot of the time you don't see us at the minutes in between. And so we can actually tell these athletes, you know, what was our journey like. A lot of the rowers started at 20 years old. I started at 8 years old. So we have very different backgrounds, but same experience at the Olympics, and hopefully they can learn something from that.
I also want to emphasize that it's also just a fun opportunity for kids in the local area to go through this and talk to Olympians, talk to sporting experts. It's a really good opportunity to ask questions.
With limited budgets and limited access for young athletes, programs like this are a necessity, and the RBC Training Ground is proof positive of that.
I'm Ken Hurricane Himes, the sports guy that's not shy for VI Sports Channel 4, Shaw Television. And we're at the Be First, number 20 All-Star Championship. We're going to see jiu-jitsu. We're going to see wrestling. We're going to see kickboxing. We're going to see it all, and we're going to meet some celebrities today on the show. Come on, man, let's go. Here I am now with the promoter, one of the promoters, besides Michael Jorgensen. This is Carrie Scarr. What's it like for you tonight?
It's been a little hectic, I won't lie to you, but everything seems to be running pretty smooth. We have a huge support from our volunteers, and everything's been going really well.
What I'm seeing here is a lot of people are very thankful that they have this venue to come to. There isn't a lot of them, especially on Vancouver Island.
As a fighter myself, when I was going through the ranks, we didn't have anything like this, and something like this would have been amazing for me to be able to partake in. This kind of provides that setting for professional athletes that don't have fights right now or that training for fights, and then it also sets up the option for all of our brand new people too. So we have like 5-year-olds that are partaking in this today.
Along with Jesse Fisher here, his son Raiden Fisher just battled away here at the Be First Championships. A lot of people might be concerned out there that it looks a little, rough and a little bit dangerous or something, but obviously there's a lot of kids here and nobody's getting hurt, so.
Well, yeah, if done properly, it's totally safe and the kids have lots of fun doing it, and I find it takes out a lot of energy out of them, so they're not running around your house all the time.
What does it feel like right now?
Awesome.
Is this your first match ever?
Nope, it's my second match.
So you're a bit of a veteran in the sport, aren't you?
Yep.
You're a champion tonight. Go home and give everybody a big hug. Go visit your family. They love you. Big round of applause for this guy. Yeah, there he is. Maggie Meyer from CJ Martial Arts in Nanaimo, 14 years old. She got a bronze medal today. How you feeling right now, Maggie?
I'm good. Kind of tired, but I can work on my cardio a little bit.
Coming back to this sport, I mean, weren't you up against a guy?
Yeah.
You were competing against a guy. What is it like to go out there and do so well against the boys?
I don't know. It's so cool that I'm able to be the smaller opponent, and technically use my technique against their strength and possibly win.
How does it develop you as a young lady going forward in your personal life?
Well, I think it gives me a lot of confidence for sure. Like when I started, I would come in and grapple with the boys, and at first I was like, oh, these are boys, I don't know what to do, but then I realized I'm just as strong as them, and it gives me a lot of confidence.
You're amazing, you're incredible, you're the champion. Thank you so much. Maggie Meyer, girl power.
Yes, girl power.
I'm doing no-gi right now, so this is wrestling.
You're doing wrestling. Cool. How many wrestling matches have you been in on this magnitude, on this scale?
I can't really count how many.
This young guy is the gold champion today at Be First Championships, and it was in wrestling. How were you able to defeat him in the end?
Just technique and flexibility. Just have to be nimble. Just got to get around them. Yeah.
Have a good day. What about the other kids watching here tonight?
Just try your best. Always just keep working harder. There's always someone better than you, and you should always work to be better than them.
We had a very, very special person show up here at the Be First Championship. It's Lance Gibson from Port Moody, British Columbia, and he used to fight in the UFC. What were some of the highlights of your great career in mixed martial arts?
I fought Dan Severn in Guam, and I fought him for 27 minutes, and he outweighed me about 80 pounds. So that kind of gave me my visa to go to Japan, and then I fought in the UFC, and I won by knockout on UFC 24 against Jermaine Andre.
What brings you over to Victoria? Are you still really involved in the martial arts? Are you training still? Are you coaching? What's going on with you?
Well, I'm coaching my wife and my son. Well, my wife's a Bellator world champion right now. My son's a 155-pound Pacific Northwest champion, and he's going to be fighting in Bellator as well. I run a school since '97. I just teach kids and people self-defense and how to be really good people in society.
What brings us over is the Be First Championships. We come twice a year. We support Carrie, and we love coming over here and bringing our students over. I teach martial arts, and I love watching them compete, and that inspires me.
What a great night it's been at the Be First Crusher Combat's 20th All-Star Championships here. We've seen it all tonight. We met some celebrities from the UFC, Bellator, and a lot of great Canadian athletes here in Victoria. It's been a successful night. We've learned about confidence and watching these kids grow stronger through martial arts. I'm Ken Hurricane Himes for VI Sports.
Hey guys, I'm Mandy Ross, life cheerleader and female empowerment coach. My passions are health, wellness, and fitness, all while maintaining a positive attitude in life. I want to share my secrets with you and find some new ones for myself. Today we're doing just that. We're featuring Olympic gold medalist athlete, author, and motivational speaker Adam Creek. He'll be showing us a killer workout. Adam is now going to get my yoga booty in shape. Let's do this.
Okay, I've got a little app here on my phone, 7-minute workout, 14 exercises, 30 seconds each. You do this once in a day, that can often be just good enough. First up, jumping jacks.
All right.
Wall sit. Sit against the rocks.
All right.
Push-ups. Ab crunch, other side. Step up. What's the next one? Squat. Tricep dip. High knees. Lunges. Push up in rotation. Side plank. We did it! 7 minutes, high five!
Woo! Adam, so you just took me through a physical body workout, and that 7-minute workout, where did you come across that?
Well, it was an internet viral sensation. Everybody was really excited about it a couple of years ago. The New York Times published an article about this scientific 7-minute workout. It came out of some university studies, high intensity interval training, and it was just something very simple that you could do anywhere, just using your body weight. And as we see, sometimes I'll even do it in dress clothes just like this. And it doesn't take much to move your body, and it doesn't take very much time, but if you do it daily, you find long-term results. It's very important.
Absolutely, and I know you're a huge advocate on incorporating physical activity in your everyday life because, as you know, like a lot of people find it hard to maintain a gym routine or having to a lot of people are on the go. You're a perfect example, or I am, or there's a lot of people that travel. I would imagine your meditative practice has really helped you to form that strength within. And that's like an athlete mindset, but that's something, with the practice of meditation that becomes stronger and stronger as you do. And I know you do have a really significant meditative practice in your life, so tell us about it.
Well, I think most people don't realize, but everybody meditates, and everybody has meditated at one point in their life or not, whether or not they've labeled their activity as meditation or not. When you start to understand what meditation is, you recognize it's a natural state that all of us exist within. Myself, I'm a daily or twice daily meditator. I'm a big believer in mindfulness meditation, as you are, I know. The way I look at it is, as an athlete, you have moments of intense activity and intense recovery. And myself, now that I'm a businessman, my mind is moving a lot. And so I need times of intense activity with my mind, but I need periods of time of recovery. And having a 20-minute block where I can just calm my mind, let the brain muscle just and the interesting thing is when I take 20 minutes out of my day to meditate, I actually get more done in the day, and I actually have more time in the day. And it's one of those weird paradoxes where by taking more time, you actually create more time. Strong. Strong is yellow. S-T-R-O-N-G, strong. I want you to picture a yellow crown. And I want you to feel what it feels like to feel strong. As the great Sheryl Crow said, it's not getting what you want, it's wanting what you have.
Absolutely. On that beautiful note, we like Sheryl Crow. Adam, I'm so grateful for this interview today and to have you on the show. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm grateful to be here with you.
For VI Sports, I'm Mandy Ross.
Well, we're winding things down here, and finally I'm with Chuck McDermott. He's with Rowing Canada. Chuck, now that the athletes have gone through their paces, what's going to happen next?
Yeah, so we'll receive the results from all of the regional qualifiers, and as NSOs, we will make some recommendations to RBC Training Ground and the organizers as who we'd like to see at the regional finals that'll happen over in Richmond.
Yeah.
And from there, we actually, for rowing, there's more specific rowing testing that we'll run them through. We've been using for a number of years very successfully in identifying athletes to be part of our talent identification program. Depending on how they perform at that event, we would then invite them to be further assessed at a talent development center, where we get them on the water, we get them in singles, we teach them how to row, and hopefully engage them in our talent development stream.
Obviously, we're well represented on the rowing side here.
Yeah, we have a number of rowers here as part of the RBC athletes, Olympian athlete program. Some Olympians as well as and medalists with Lindsay Jenrick, silver medalist in lightweight women's double here as well, and our coaches that are here supporting. So we've got a number of really good candidates we think will be nominating for the next round, and we're excited about seeing how they do on our specific talent ID testing.
Excellent. Well, thanks very much, Chuck, and thanks to everyone at RBC Training Ground. That's going to do it this week. I'm Mark Robertson from VI Sports. We will see you next time.